What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush, Let's Talk Jets. Hope everybody's having an excellent week. The weather in New Jersey's been mild. The heat and humidity's gone for a little bit, which is a refreshing change. Training camp is moving along. The Jets' final preseason game is Friday night. And according to Coach Aaron Glenn today, a lot of the starters will not be playing as they prepare for the home opener and the season opener, which I understand the decision, which also means that this is going to be a showcase game for a lot of these young players to try and make the roster, maybe make a practice squad spot or earn playing time. And the one position I want to kind of look at today, which I've been talking about for the last 3 months, is a wide receiver group where there's going to be some interesting decisions that have to be made, especially when you hear what Aaron Glenn said today. It was music to my ears, when he said, listen, I don't care if you're a veteran or rookie, I don't care what your contract is, we want to keep the best players. Well, that's going to be a good test with this position because there's some uncertainty here after your top couple guys. You have, Garrett Wilson, great player. You got to figure Josh Reynolds, as of now, is your number 2, according to all the practice reports and everything else. Tyler Johnson, another veteran guy, probably going to be in the mix. And Arian Smith, just drafted him. He's your speedster that Aaron Glenn believes a lot in. Boom, that's 4. After that, how many receivers do you want to keep? Do you want to keep 6 or do you want to keep 7? Where's Allen Lazard in this mix? Allen Lazard's been hurt. They restructured his contract to keep him here at a much cheaper cost. Easier to trade him, easier to cut him. But he's also kind of a liability, for being honest, in the passing game. And the one thing for Justin Fields, what you want is you want reliable, consistent route runners and consistent pass catchers. Is Allen Lazard that? He's known for his blocking. The Jets want to run the ball a lot. Are they going to focus more on his blocking than his receiving? That's a good question. Then you have the younger guys like Malachi Corley. Doesn't seem like he's going to be part of the mix. I mean, he's had another kind of quiet camp, disappointing camp, we're being honest about it. Xavier Gipson, everybody likes him. He's a returner. He has some explosiveness. Also a very inconsistent player that maybe can he be beaten out by somebody else. Now, the 2 guys that interest me the most are Brandon Smith, who played well last year in camp and has a really good camp this year, is a guy that you're really interested in, and a guy that Aaron Rodgers always pointed out too as a young player on the rise. And Quentin Skinner, the guy that caught a touchdown last week, 6'5", seems like he's had a phenomenal camp. Are those 2 guys that have a chance to make this final roster? What are their abilities on special teams? You have Irv Charles, too, who's a special teams demon that nobody's really talking about. I know he's been hurt, but, so you have how many guys do you keep and, how do you go about doing it? Or do you say, listen, we keep, say you keep Lazard, it will be 5. You keep Gipson as a returner, and then you try to get these guys, stash them on the practice squad. If that's the case, and you have Jamal Pritchett, too, another guy that's returner that players like, fans like. I think he's more a practice squad guy. Or do you keep this, say those 6, and then once the cuts happen all throughout the NFL, you evaluate and try to find other veteran receivers to bring in here to give Justin Fields more targets. It's not an ideal situation for the Jets, but this was kind of their approach going into this offseason where they kind of took that conservative approach where they went the Josh Reynolds route and the Tyler Johnson route. They want to have more of some of all the parts instead of having 2 big home run hitters. So whether that works or not, I don't know. Whether they put a premium on blocking and said, listen, we have enough where we're going to run the hell out of the ball. Play action pass will be fine to Garrett. You have Mason Taylor. You have Breece Hall. You have these guys coming out backfield. There'll be plenty of targets for everybody. We'll be able to move the football. Or do you consider guys like Stone Smart and Mason Taylor kind of like receivers too? So maybe you only keep 5 receivers. Or if you keep 6 receivers and you have a gadget guy, you make up for them with Stone Smart and Mason Taylor as receivers. So, tight end / receivers. Obviously, you have Andrew Beck as a fullback, but I'm fascinated to see how Muji and Glenn handle this, man, because it seems like there's a lot of uncertainty and it's not a lot of proven. Like your skill set, your skill group is not really where you want it to be, and maybe they'll surprise us. Again, like I haven't seen what Josh Reynolds can do. We honestly haven't seen them in preseason action. They've only threw 12 passes or 13 passes in the preseason, so who knows? But let me know what you guys think. How many receivers do you keep, and who are they? I'll talk to you later.